I don't know what you're doing here, but this area is off limits. Thanks to you, we're able to provide much better protection from radiation poisoning for our troops. Shouldn't you be out there looking for those blood samples? I could really use them. If my theory's correct, we'll be able to provide our troops with a better solution for resisting the Commonwealth's irradiated areas. I wish they'd move my lab to an area with natural light. My plants are starving.
For Elder Maxon, honor and glory for the Brotherhood. For the Brotherhood! For victory! No mercy! Ad victoriam! For Elder Maxon!
You didn't bring back Dance's body for an autopsy. Damn, what a shame. I'd love to get Dance on one of my exam tables. You know, to cut him open and see how he ticks. I wish they'd move my lab to an area with natural light. My plants are starving. Ugh. We had a rad scorpion escape earlier, but I was able to get a few soldiers to help with the recovery. Luckily, only one ended up in medbay. Have you collected any blood samples, Sentinel? Come back and see me after you've been debriefed by Lancer Captain Kells. Remember, I'm looking for viable samples only. Your Pip-Boy will reject the tainted ones automatically. If you want me to keep making more X-111 compound, you're going to have to bring me more blood samples. I could still use more of those viable blood samples if you want me to synthesize some X-111 compound. It isn't so terrible working around these animals. Once you get past the smell. I heard some of the soldiers call me the zoo lady. Kind of flattering, if you ask me. Could you walk a little quieter? You're disturbing my specimens.
I've done it, Sentinel. I've created the compound.
Sir, I'm neglecting my duties by standing here.
Oh, just say something already.
You're taking time away from my experiments, you know. Soldier, I have work to do. Well, it would have been impossible without your help. Not at all. You just need to have an open mind. Didn't you want to hear about my experiment? I've decided to call it the X-111 compound. I thought it was fitting. Here, I already made you some samples to take with you. You see, the ionizing radiation left behind by the Great War kills because it damages most living things on a cellular level. However, after several generations, these creatures' bodies have adapted by altering their genetic makeup to prevent cellular disruption. I believe I've discovered how I can replicate that genetic restructuring rapidly. Instead of decades, I can do it in moments. For a short period of time, anyway. Good. Tampering with the specimens could taint the results and set my research back by months. Attempting to alter the genetic code permanently? That's too close to what happened with FEV and Spawn, the super mutant. I'm not willing to take a chance like that. I really appreciate you searching for the blood samples. As soon as I make a breakthrough, I'll let you know. Well, it's only a theory so far. I tested it myself. It's much more potent than Rad-X, and it doesn't appear to have any ill side effects. I've modified your Pip-Boy to scan the corpse of any freshly killed creature that has the proper type of blood in its body. All you have to do is pick up any viable sample and bring it back to me. Hey, I really appreciate you doing this for me. It's nice to know I'm not the only person in the Brotherhood with an open mind. I'm on the cusp of discovering how these creatures' bodies have adapted to the radiation that's infiltrated their habitats. If I can crack the code, I can equip our troops with a protective compound far superior to Rad-X. Well, they're an important part of my research, if that's what you mean. I agree that I might be skirting the line between what's ethical and what isn't, but in order to protect our troops, I'm willing to take that risk. I appreciate your confidence in my abilities, brother. I appreciate your confidence in my abilities, sister. Here's some caps for the trouble. If I make a breakthrough, you'll be the first person I give it to. After I've tested it on myself, of course. Now, why would I do something like that? After all, this was only possible because of you. The genetic code? The DNA sequences that are in every living thing. Absolutely. That's why I'm taking precautions and not altering the genetic code permanently. Drat. Well, maybe next time. Keep trying. There's plenty out there. I understand. Thanks for checking back with me. Well, thank you. Most people don't appreciate the important work that I'm trying to do here. The specimens I've already captured can only produce so much blood and genetic material. If I try and harvest too much, they'll die. What I need are more samples of blood from the creatures roaming the Commonwealth. Unfortunately, no. Nature's stubborn, and unless I get the proper specimen, I can't use it to make my compound. Have you had any luck finding samples yet? That's why I needed to modify your Pip-Boy. It'll let you know if the creature has viable blood in its body. You don't have to do anything out of the ordinary. There were several setbacks along the way, but I finally did it. Actually, it's rather simple. Excellent. This will help quite a bit. Thank goodness. I was running low and didn't want to draw any more samples from my specimens. Oh, this is perfect. Let me get these somewhere cold before they spoil. I never thought I'd be so happy to see tiny vials of blood. Thank you. You're becoming quite the field scribe. Maybe you missed your calling. I wish I could show you a sample of the compound, but unfortunately I've hit a stumbling block preventing me from synthesizing a sample. Absolutely. I received the approval from Proctor Quinlan himself. Did you have any samples for me? That shouldn't be a problem. I'm authorized to pay you for any research materials you recover. If you want me to continue synthesizing the compound, I'm going to need more blood samples. Just keep bringing them to me and I'll do the rest. I appreciate the offer, but unfortunately, I've hit a stumbling block.
I've done it, Knight. I've created the compound. I've done it, Paladin. I've created the compound.
Have you collected any blood samples, Knight? Have you collected any blood samples, Paladin? Feel free to have a look at the specimens, but please don't touch anything. I refuse to be held responsible if you're injured. It does? I've spent so long researching these specimens, I guess I don't even notice it anymore. Not yet. I still need a few more blood samples before I can create another batch. You're in luck. I just finished synthesizing some earlier today. Remember, keep bringing me blood samples, and I'll keep making the compound. Is this some sort of a joke? I don't know what that is, but it certainly isn't a viable blood sample. Do you have any or not? Your concerns are noted, Scribe. Give Proctor Ingram my thanks for letting me borrow you. Thank you, sister. No one has time to discuss what's important. What is everyone so on edge about? Really? Well, allow me to explain.
Are you kidding me? Do you realize that by destroying the Institute you provided me with a host of new opportunities? I can't wait to get to work.
Remember, keep bringing me samples, and I'll keep making you the compound. The detonation of the Institute's reactor undoubtedly had a significant impact on the Commonwealth's ecosystem. There hasn't been an atomic explosion of this magnitude in quite a long time. Certainly none that I've been close enough to study. The prospect of watching what this immense concentration of radiation does to the local flora and fauna is nothing short of exciting.
You've done a great service in the name of science.
Well, it's quite simple, really. Be careful out there, sir. Be careful out there, ma'am. In any event, I'm certain you need to get back to your duties, and I need to get back to my data. Thanks again for providing me with such a wonderful opportunity. No. I don't think you understand. Well, this is boring. You going to say anything?
Are you there?
Hello? I wish you'd say something.